Hey there, folks. So, you know what's going on now is that the Portland police are making more arrests. So people who have been walking in the street, they're ending up being arrested by the Portland Police Bureau. So here's the Portland Police Bureau, and they are actively like arresting anti-fascists. And then the people who are actually fascists are being largely ignored and allowed to continue. Right now, the cops are kettled by Surface Street. The cops are actively kettled by surface traffic right now because back here behind them, the surface traffic is coming in, but there's nowhere for them to go backward or forward. So the Portland police really, they're kind of stuck where they are right now. They can make people move, obviously, but they didn't give these guys the body armor. You guys don't get the body armor. They skimped on your budget. It's sad. So these guys are just kind of on the edge. They don't have the body armor. So you can see in here, the people with the body armor, they're inside of there where the kind of melee is going down. They have shoulder pads, shin pads, elbow pads, you know, chest protection, but they didn't give these guys any of that. These guys, they just have to make do with what they got. But I guess when you walk softly, you can carry a big stick, and that's plenty. I just have been mentioning this in each one of my streams. The Portland Police Bureau have been investigated by the Department of Justice, and the Portland Police Bureau has been found guilty of murdering minorities and mentally deficient people. That's right, that's right. So the Portland Police Bureau was investigated by the Department of Justice and found to be criminals. So I'm not saying that you guys should be dehydrated to death in a cage because you're criminals, but what I am saying is that you are criminals. Not because I feel that way, but because the Department of Justice investigated you and found that you murder people of color and you murder mentally deficient people. So I don't think that you're a criminal personally, but the organization that you're a part of has been found criminally liable for very naughty behavior. And I don't think you were reformed by it. I think you still need to be reformed more, myself.
I'm not criticizing. Watch your ankles.
They're trying their best. They're jaywalking. Yeah, they ran out of ideas.
They just want us to be in the streets, but we also can't use like hands off. We were crosswalking for a while. They wouldn't let us in the streets, but we could cross the crosswalk. I don't know. 6 times. He's not one of us.
Just tactical. Oh yeah, they're like hard rubber.
So again, you can see the difference. These guys have shoulder pads, shin pads, and elbow pads, but these guys do not have shoulder pads, shin pads, and elbow pads. So
What are you supposed to do?
You may be subject to arrest and uses of force, including riot control agents and impact munitions. This is the Portland Police Bureau. Be advised that any individuals engaged in violent or assaultive behavior are subject to arrest for assault and for others to the same crimes of offenses. If you engage in such behavior, you may be subject to arrest and uses of force, including riot control agents and impact munitions.
So at situations like this, the cops typically run over there to wherever the scene is, and then they just leave their cars. So my guess is that these are actually empty police cars over here. That one is empty. This one is empty. And that one has cops in it. But anyway, you know, it's important to remember that there's stuff, this is something that cops often forget, is there's stuff going on behind them. So while they're facing one thing, there's always something else happening behind them. So you know what's going on here in Portland is that by and large the fascists they came to our city to kill people, they're still here and they probably still plan on killing people. But the anti-fascists are also still here. So what's going on is that the fascists have kind of dispersed into the city and they're just kind of roaming around being dickwads, which is a disservice to like every cum spot in the world. But yeah, they're still here being total douche nozzles. And the anti-fascists are also still here. And so there's kind of like a tense situation where the people in the streets are they're both fascists and anti-fascists in the street, and there are the Portland Police Bureau, who, if you ask me, are fascists. And they're also in the street. So there's kind of like this tense situation where the Portland Police Bureau is following around the anti-fascists, occasionally arresting an anti-fascist for like jaywalking, and then blatantly ignoring the fascists. So the fascists are doing actually doing crime, and they're being allowed to get away with it by the Portland Police Bureau. So, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
The real public enemy.
Multnomah County Sheriff.
Union kills people.
It's cool. They have to answer to their union lawyers. They don't actually have freedom. They have to answer to their lawyers. So, for those of you that don't know, the police, they get these briefings before they come out to these events. And at those briefings, the union lawyer tells them what they can get away with. They're like, if you shoot somebody in the knee, you might get sued, but we could probably get away with it. But if you shoot somebody in the head, we might get sued, and we'll have to, well, the taxpayers will have to pay. But basically, the union lawyers tell the police what they can and can't do. So you know what I find really interesting about this situation is that the Proud Boys cannot do what Antifa can do. The Proud Boys cannot march in the street like this. If they try and march in the street, we will fuck them up. So for them to come along and try and do what we're doing, they would get fucked. We would personally fuck them up. But we can do this. We can march in the streets, and the Proud Boys can't do crap about it. So anyway, just something that occurred to me in the moment. So as I'm marching along here, I have to keep remembering to look over my shoulder because you can't really be secure if you don't look behind your back. You never know who's walking up behind you. And as long as you're looking forward, you're not actually securing the package. Just saying, bro. So anyway, you gotta kind of keep your head on a swivel, because if you're only looking in front of you, you're not securing the package. If you're only looking in front of you, then anybody could walk up behind you and do whatever. So anyway, I know you private security guards probably didn't need to hear that since you're professionals, but I thought I'd point it out. Because I walked right up on you, bro. All right, guys, so what's going on again is that there are anti-fascists marching in the street. The fascists are basically in hiding. That they can't really come here and do what we're doing because they don't have the numbers. So anyway, here come these douche nozzles. So, you know, I keep seeing these messages, please stay safe. And I just have to point out, like, this is not safe. What I'm doing is not safe. That's why I'm doing it. It needs to be done. And, you know, if you guys can't do it, I understand. But please consider putting yourself potentially in a little bit of danger for the betterment of all of humanity. Because right now, the fascists are being emboldened by our silence. So as long as we don't do what we're doing right now, then they feel like they can keep getting away with the bullshit they're getting away with. And here in Portland, that includes putting Molotov cocktails into the houses of people who are marginalized people. So, you know, it's important to understand that it might not be safe, but we still have to get out here. We can't just stay hidden. We can't just stay out of, I can't, maybe you can. I can't stay out of harm's way and just stay hidden because it's past that time now. It's past the time for hiding out. We kind of have to be here. We kind of have to do this now. Here's the private security guy that I walked up on. So these two guys in the tan, they're private security for that videographer. So the videographer, I'm not sure what outfit he's with, but he has the assistance of these private security guards. So I was kind of razzing them a little bit. Take a quick drink from this pigeon bath. That's a great question. I'm pretty sure the answer would be love thy neighbor, something like that. I'm just guessing. Just
Are you here with them or no? No. Kind of.
I'm trying to provide. I have people on my Facebook, and I'm trying to give them a view of what's happening with my social commentary also. So I have my own viewpoints that I feel strongly about, like everybody does. But I'm not trying to wear a mask and like go around busting things, you know.
No, I don't know.
But you know, my family, we're Russian Jew and Native American.
Okay.
So as Russian Jews and Native Americans, we have been genocided recently. My grandparents barely escaped genocide.
Okay, well, I'm Greek. My country's
Oh my God.
dead now. I'm Greek. My dad was Scotch-Irish, so I came from a pretty, because the Irish were pretty beaten up people too.
Yeah, they still are right now with Brexit.
Right. So I got both sides, but you know what? In 1975, I was in a drug house and God's Spirit came on me and I got sick. And
All right.
I've been going around helping people and telling them, I'm thankful. Honestly, I didn't burn a flag. I didn't do that stuff, but I was in the Jesus movement. You know, this stuff, these people, compared to what was going on in the 60s, we broke through a lot of stuff, but a lot of people came out good, because we didn't do it through hurting or hitting people. We didn't want to hurt people.
That's respectable.
We didn't want to beat them up.
You know, I was raised in a pacifist community, so I was taught those values of let's talk it out. And I think there's something to that. But I also feel like if you want to ethnically cleanse me, I'm not going to be able to have a very effective conversation with you that is going to somehow convince you that I deserve to live. Like, for instance, my dad, he's Native American. He's almost been killed by hateful people recently. He's 75, or he's 70.
Okay, no, I don't have a lot of that. I don't have Native American, I don't have Afro-American. But again, look at me, I'm short. People have been mean to me all my life, but you know what? I'm powerful because you're created the way you're supposed to be created, of who your parents are, and we are who we are because that's what we're supposed to be.
I agree with that.
But we accept. We can't judge. Mercy precedes judgment. We have to have mercy on everybody and try to understand why.
There's no understanding for people who want to kill minorities, kill lesbians, gays, trans. There's no mercy for the murderers who came to our town to kill people. So that's the part where I'm like, we can't.
These people want to do is kill everybody?
No, these are the people who came to stop the murderers. There are murderers who came to our town to kill marginalized people, and these are the people who came to stop them. It was the silent majority in Germany that killed the Jews, just so you know. It was the silent majority that killed the Jews. So yes, that lady didn't want her grandmother or her mother talking to me.
Probably bathrooms there too.
Just go around the block here. Because usually what happens is there's more going on out around the periphery than there is in the center. So So this guy here is one of the pro-fascist organizers. You're a pro-fascist organizer? Didn't you organize the last one? The Him Too March. Huh. I thought so. I thought you were one of the organizers of that.
He just goes around like a regular Portland citizens, you know, he needs to live next to like the rest of those fuckboys.
I had a feeling. I've been trying to have a conversation earlier because I didn't really know. I never met you. I'll talk with you, brother. I'll talk with you. I never met you.
I'm great.
My name's Tawasi.
Tawasi, good to meet you. Tawasi.
Good to meet you. Yeah. I just heard. Actually, I heard you talking to the Him Too March in June. I heard you talking, and
Was I a speaker at that event?
no, you were talking to the actual people after the event, towards the end of it.
Yeah, like I'm talking to you right now.
Yeah, and so what I heard from you at that time seemed kind of hate-filled.
Like what? What'd I say?
I have to go back and listen to it, but it was to do with like how I couldn't quote you verbatim. I prefer to hear it from your mouth. Are you one of the hate-filled people?
I love people.
Okay.
As long as they're white.
Is that accurate?
I love people.
Okay.
As long as they're white.
And is it?
Why are you in the conversation? You're not.
Well, I mean, I definitely.
I was from the beginning.
I definitely. I mean, I appreciate all viewpoints. I'm trying to. We might not agree
I love
on.
people.
We might not agree on everything, but we may as well have a chance
Why do
to.
you keep on saying that? I love all people. People are people. People are people, so why should it be?
But yeah, I was curious because I've seen you around. I've heard people say bad things about you, and I just wanted to know, like, if you're not hate-filled, then you're not hate-filled.
No,
But
I love people.
But if you are hate-filled, then I want to know it. Like,
I have no hate.
that's good. That's good. This guy does.
I hate when my freedom gets taken away.
Okay, there we go. That's all right. I'm interested in your viewpoint. I'm interested
I hate
in.
being told where I can and can't go.
So why are you standing up with your fucking kids in cages? That's not your freedom being taken away? No, it's not,
my
because it's
freedom.
not. They're not white people. Again, you fucking coward.
That
So-
has nothing to do with
It's
race.
measured by people who are most vulnerable.
It
You're
has
not
nothing to do
vulnerable,
with
and you
race.
never have
If you
been.
cross the border illegally, you're going to be put into a holding cell.
Okay, so criminals that should be punished is what you're saying?
If you break the law,
Okay.
you do it willfully.
Okay, I can respect that. So if
What your
you
family had to do in the 30s or the 40s? No, they didn't. They got granted free amnesty as soon as they crossed this fucking land.
Good. Yeah, because it's a free country. Good. I'm glad to hear it.
so if you knew that there were people breaking the law, you would feel like they should be punished.
Well, I'm not
Crossing a
the, I'm
fake
not the
line
cop
is
of the
not
world.
breaking the
I don't
law.
want to see people punished for
Well,
breaking the law.
I mean, not by
but
your hand, but
the idea of holding up liberty and freedom and individuality is what I stand for.
okay, I can get behind. That's something that I can get behind. But what he's saying about racism, do you subscribe to that at all?
I think that there are differences among the races, but that's not very important.
Okay.
Just like there's differences between the genders, and I don't think that's very important either.
The Human Genome Project proved you wrong, but you're still holding on to fascist ideas.
That's interesting. Science has a role to play, I think. Do you believe in science?
Yeah.
Science?
Yeah, because science puts people into two categories, male and female, and it can make divisions between races too. Science does that.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, I'm not trying to marginalize you, bro. I hear what you're saying over there. I just was trying, because I've seen this guy around. I'd never talked with.
Yeah, I'm a pretty reasonable guy, actually. I wish more people would talk to me. You seem like you've got an open mind.
Yeah, well, I'm just curious because I'd rather be curious and wrong than not curious
I'm in the same camp as you.
and then think that I'm right but actually be wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
So
That's right.
so anyway,
If I'm wrong, tell me where I'm wrong. That's all I want.
yeah, well, like my family, we're Jewish and Native American. So then both sides of my family have been genocided by the Caucasian race, if you want to put it in racial terms. And we didn't really do anything wrong. Like, we were just living our lives, and then came along and got murdered. So, for me, I don't feel especially good about that. That's my ancestry, that's my heritage. So, yeah, so if that, which I believe it is happening, if that was happening in my lifetime, I would want to be against that.
Right.
Would you be against that?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. See, maybe you're more anti-fascist than people give you credit.
If fascists truly existed, I'd be fighting them. In fact, that's what I feel like I'm doing right now.
Okay. All right. Well, I appreciate you having a reasonable conversation. Don't look back!
I don't want
What happened?
This is the Portland Police Bureau. Do not interfere with officers taking lawful actions. Interfering could result in arrest and use of force, including riot control agents and impact weapons. Do not interfere. This is the Portland Police Bureau. Do not interfere with officers taking lawful actions. Interfering could result in arrest and use of force, including riot control agents and impact weapons. Do not interfere. This is the Portland Police Bureau. Do not interfere with officers taking lawful actions. Interfering could result in arrest and use of force, including riot control agents and impact weapons. Do not interfere. This is the Portland Police Bureau. Do not interfere with officers taking lawful actions. Interfering could result in arrest and use of force, including riot control agents and impact weapons. Do not interfere. Get on the sidewalk. Step back from the officers. Step back from the officers. This is the Portland Police Bureau. Do not interfere with officers. Your actions could result in use of force and an arrest. Step back from the officers.
Can I go across? So I can cross? He said I can go across on the other side of the street. I don't need to go
God, it takes a lot of donuts to make that troop go.
Medic. I'll get water.
You're all right. It's weird to see actual heroes, these guys who save lives, in with the guys who kill people. It's weird. That weirds me out. Actual heroes in with murderers. Not cool.
I got this little action on myself.
All right, guys. So something went down over there. A kid went running. The police chased him down and arrested him, or her, or they. And now, since everybody came over to watch, then the rest of the goons came over to protect them. So then that arrest happened, and this is the part that I find utterly hilarious. So there's regular traffic here, just normal people mixed in. And so what's happening is the normal people in the everyday traffic are getting jammed in between the police response vehicles. So you have these people who are just regular people, and then you have the police response vehicles, and then you have more regular people behind them. So what ends up happening is the regular people are getting caught up in the police response vehicle caravan. And it's kind of weird, because then it'll be like cop car, cop car, cop car, civilian car, cop car, civilian car, civilian car. And then the long and short of it is the citizens are kind of caught up in it. Ooh, look at that. I hadn't seen that one yet. They have the actual LRAD machine out. So the loudspeaker is one thing, but over here we have the actual LRAD. Go over and take a look at it. So when you're wearing, you're safe, bro. I'm not putting you in this screen. So when you're wearing this heavy battle gear, it's tiring. It's tiring. So the more that you can kind of run around, then it makes it so the police have to sit on their ass, because they're tired out from having to run so much. Do you know what that kid did wrong?
I didn't see what started it.
It's hard not to run when you have those guys after you. I'll tell you that much for sure.
Pretty scary.
Yeah. So like I was saying, these guys, they wear heavy armor. So if you look, you can see they have shin guards, shoulder guards, wrist guards. They have all of these heavy boots, and it takes a lot of energy for them to run around. So then after they run around a whole lot, it tires them out and they have to sit down. So if you're in one of these situations, the more that you can move around, the more that you can stay mobile, it tires out the police, and they have to swap out for other less tired police. So it actually, you know, in situations like this, it serves you as the general public to move around a whole lot, to keep moving and not be stationary, because the more that you move around, the more they have to move around, and they get tired and have to sit down. So anyway, I was talking with that white nationalist a minute ago, and he appears to have gone. Oh shit, they have two. All right, so there's another of the, I don't know if it's a Bearcat or what to call it, but it has an LRAD on top of it. And I'll just turn the camera around here for you guys so you can see. So these are LRAD vehicles. Oh, there's the Nazis.
Pig. Then get the fuck out, you inbred fuck! What? Inbred fuck! You sure are! You know what inbred stands for? Get out of our country! Get the fuck out! Get out of your car! Get out of our car! Oh yeah, okay.
You lost! So this is the actual LRAD machine. That up there on the top is a U-Live. Oh no, this is a press vehicle. This is not, I don't think this is a cop vehicle. I think this is a press vehicle. This is.
Every single person.
Get off steroids, you steroid goon! Get off the steroids! God!
The military?
I'm not answering any questions for you.
Okay, that's okay.
Get off the steroids!
Civil liberties. It's a hell of a tricky question, isn't it? Who's got the right to say?
Hey, back the fuck up! Y'all need milk!
Hot Pockets.
Nah, probably not. What? He's crossing the fucking street, man. I don't give a fuck about you. I'm literally crossing a street. Like, fuck you. Why don't you fuck with the fucking guy who has a fucking Confederate flag? Not against the law.
The Nazis lost both times. The Nazis and the Confederates both lost. We fought 2 wars, you lost both of them.
You hate America, the guys that beat them.
The Nazis lost and the Confederates lost both times. So since you lost both of the wars, then that makes you losers. So I'm just saying, like, you don't have to acknowledge that you lost, but you still lost.
Why do you say that we lost? I'm an American.
Because you're here right now with the Nazis. Bro, you have the shirt on. It shows that you are actually against freedom.
You have no clue what you're talking about.
If you're happy, you wouldn't be here. If you're happy with your home, you wouldn't be here.
These guys are definitely right-wing scum suckers. So if you're watching, these are the guys that are here to murder people. Their leader told them to come here and murder people. They came here to murder people at the direction of their leader. That's what their leader told them. You can go and watch their videos from their leader, and it says go to Portland and murder people. And that's why they came here. So
Who's the leader?
So for me, like, I'm actually from here, so you Nazis should go away. You guys should go and eat a Hot Pocket. You need...
You're an anti-big corporation.
Bro, your belly shows me you need a Hot Pocket. You need a Hot Pocket.
You know, there was a young man a couple of weeks ago that I was trying to schlep his way
So when there are murders in Portland, then it will be people like this who have done the killing. And, you know, they came here to start fights and kill people. That's why they came here, is to kill people. That's what Joey Gibson told them to do, is kill people. They even wear shirts that say, I kill people. So, you know, for me, I don't have any respect for them.
That's what I've been doing my whole life, is coveting your respect. I always wanted his respect. You're a goofball. You're laughed at.
Ball gazer! Ball gazer!
I'm a libertarian. I'm not a right-winger. You're absurd.
We all know that the people came here to kill other people. We all know it.
Who are you going to kill? I don't know.
There were 2 Molotov cocktails already put in people's yards by the fascists. So for you guys to pretend like you're not here to kill people, it's an act. It's an act. We all know your agenda. That's why we hate you, is because you're trying to kill people. That's why. my therapist actually wants me to have these types of interactions. He encourages me to talk with people who I don't agree with. You don't.
What you're here to do.
You guys definitely make it clear what you're here to do, for sure. Go back to Washington.
You don't even live here. Go
You're not
away.
from here. Go away.
Nobody wants you here.
You invaded our city with your hatred, and it sucks for us.
But you guys are the ones
No,
saying you hate
we
it. No,
don't. We don't want you here.
Nazis,
Nazis, go home!
Your fucking Facebook account.
Nazis, go home!
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck
We can
out of
read
our
your
home.
Facebook profiles. We can see your fucking chat logs.
It's not what Joey Gibbs meant. That's what he encouraged.
Because you don't belong here. You don't belong here. You should go away. You should go away.
Seattle. We're staying right here. Go the fuck home. Thank you.
Go away.
At least Seattle also has.
Go hate someone else.
Take care of you.
Go hate someone else.
Well, maybe you should watch the news.
Go away, you hate-filled scumsuckers.
Because the cops protect me, they don't protect us. Because they agree with your whole agenda to kill all.
Fuck you, go home.
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 Fuck you, go home. Fuck you, go home.
Fuck you, go home.
Nazis, go home!
Nazis, go home.
Yes, run away! Run
Go
away.
on.
Thank you.
Go away.
Run away!
Go. Go away. Go away. So, in case you guys missed it, the Nazis just walked in the street and did not get arrested. But if an anti-fascist walks in the street, they get arrested.
From the APL in Portland, remember?
Oh, hey.
How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just being angry at Nazis, you know.
Just leave you a regalo on Facebook if you need it. I'll message you and then let me know if you need it.
Okay, I don't really use Messenger.
Do you use Signal?
I do use Signal.
I'll send you my number.
Okay.
Just curious.
Put it on my wall, though. Okay.
Why were they hassling those people just right there? Because I walked with them for about 3 blocks,
Because-
and they were probably not the best. But they weren't part of the group.
They are.
How do you know that?
Because I was talking with them.
Oh, okay. Because I talked to them for about 10-15 minutes on the way up here.
He's wearing the "Don't Tread on Me" shirt and espousing Nazi rhetoric.
Okay, I didn't
So,
talk to them about it.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I mean, that's why I'm here.
Appreciate you, brother. Stay safe. All right, guys. I'm going to go offline here for a minute and see if I can reconnect with my friend.